All right, bro. Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
Giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, salutations to the holy elect. And we are the Hebrew Israelites. We come out week in, week out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, or America. It's Babylon in the Holy Scriptures. And we are blowing the trumpet, the so-called Black, Latino, and Native American men first, that make themselves, a living sacrifice to put this truth out. And in these latter days, man, we are watching prophecies come to pass. And right now, we are in a time of, approaching ultimately the mark of the beast. But there are certain prophecies that must take place prior to that. And we, according to the scriptures and according to events that are happening in the world, we are right. We are in the doorway of
Uh,
Jacob's trouble, man, and we're seeing it through military events, political events, the government, the so-called kings and princes, the commanders and thieves that are running the situation. Hey, bro, could you get Proverbs 21:1 for me?
Con. This is Proverbs 21 and 1, and we read, "The king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will."
Now, these kings are talking about the so-called rulers of this particular captivity, man, the ones that are in charge, the so-called kings and princes, spoken also about in Sirach, the 10th chapter, as the people are, the kings are, are his officers. I believe it reads like that. And the Heavenly Father is controlling the minds and the spirits of these so-called leaders. And at face value, people look at it and they are butthurt and disappointed. Oh, it says, as the judge of the people is himself. That's the same thing. And these people that are out there collectively, including Israelites, they are butthurt and
Mm.
disappointed because their vote, they're pissed off because they're voted for someone and didn't get what they expected. But your vote never counted, Jake. Your
Anyway,
voice didn't count, it doesn't count, and it will not count as long as we are here, because the Heavenly Father is controlling the narrative. Even though it looks like in the flesh, the wicked, the earth has been given into the hands of, it looks like the wicked is controlling the narrative. Sure, the Heavenly Father has them set up to control it on the planet, but He is the ultimate orchestrator of it to bring prophecy to pass. Now, there's a quote
I got it right
in
here.
what you
Oh,
got, Sirach?
oh, Salakia. It was the president of Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Yeah,
Just
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it.
to back you up, Salakia, on that, brother. If I may bring it out, is Franklin D. Roosevelt quoted, Presidents are selected, not elected." So getting back what you said, your vote really does not matter. That was it, bro.
and another quote by Franklin D. Roosevelt: "In politics, nothing happens by accident. If it happens, you can bet it was planned that way." People seem to forget they said this. Maybe they forget that they said this, but it's documented that they said it, and they didn't say it for any other reason other than that's the way they roll, man.
Yeah, con.
Now it's come out in the last few days on the unicorn that the government has put has put ads out. Now this is how low level this and backwards this stuff is.
Hmm.
They have put advertisements and ads out on Craigslist for the baddest ass men, the toughest men in the Los Angeles area, starting at pay of 6,500 to 12,000 uh 12,000 a week. to pay them to protest
Ooh.
and join in with the troops, with the officers, and they're asking for badass, conditional, physically conditioned men to go out there. They're going to provide training. They're going to provide the gear for them, and they want them out there. It's staged. Now I'm just reporting what it says. Now these are not
Right.
my words.
Yeah.
I saw this on the Unicorn, and I saw the ads. They put it
Right.
out in Craigslist. They're looking for the badass men in these areas, in the Los Angeles area, to participate in the riots, in the protests.
Hey, brother, if I can say, they actually have something called Rent a Riot.
Oh, rent a riot. Okay.
Rent a Riot. And
Yeah.
also saw a video where a man, after the protest popped off, he grabbed a piece of paper off the floor and then read "How to Riot," and it
Mm.
actually gave bulletins on how
Right.
to riot.
Right.
So as you was getting into, this is a psyop. It's,
Right.
you're looking at this with your eyebrow up, like, I don't know. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because the same
Yeah.
thing with George Floyd, when that
Right.
whole debacle happened or whatever, you have police out there dropping bricks off.
Yeah. Yeah. Pallets of bricks.
Pallets of bricks. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They want this to go off because they have a certain agenda, a certain plan that they want to get off. But
Yeah.
it's like you can't deploy the military on U.S. ground. It's called the Posse Comitatus or something like that. It's a law that you can't deploy the actual military on U.S. ground. You have to have a reason to do it. So, well, they leave the border wide open. They allow hella people to come over here. Problem, reaction, solution, auto app KO. All right. And then Trump comes in as the person to actually give ICE the authority to actually start running down on these so-called illegal immigrants. And then when the protests pop off, he can now deploy the troops. So now that Posse Comitatus, I believe I'm saying it wrong, but that act is now null and void because they are saying that's a war at the border. And just to let y'all know, just real quick, they deployed Marines. Now, this not the National Guards. This ain't the weekend warriors. Once or twice out of the whole month or something like that, or 4 times out the month, they got to go play soldier or whatever like that. No, you're talking about Marines cut from a different cloth. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of blew my mind because when you see these movies out, these martial law movies, you normally see Army troops. So when I saw Marines being deployed, I'm like, oh yeah, because I was a part of the Army, and we was told that the Marines, they go and handle shit first, and then the Army comes behind them and basically just maintain what the Marines already did. So they deployed the Marines, so you can tell this is something different. They deployed them down there. Civil unrest is happening in NYC now. This also gives Trump the authority to go to NYC as well. Well, let's deploy the troops over there too. What happens when it happens somewhere else? Deploy the troops over there as well. All right. Slocky for cutting you off, brother. You got it.
Gun, and it says right here, this is that post, the breaking news, Craigslist ads have been discovered for Los Angeles County offering $6,500 to $12,500 a week to extremely tough, brave men for organized protest activities.
You see?
Now, this money, man, this goes into the scriptures, man. The love of money is the root of all evil. Why do they have this kind of amount like that? Because they know that people are lost and have no idea of what's going on, and that money is out front. $6,500 a week.
That's
That's
crazy.
going to be very attractive to these dumbasses out there. $12,500 a week to extremely tough, brave men for organized protest. Now, these men are going to be staged with the other people that are really trying to protest, but
Yep.
they're going to be staged. So now the cops probably, well, I'm just saying they could or could not, or may not, uh, uh, let's see, assassinate or execute these stage guys. They may have particular marked uniforms and vests or helmets on to say, okay, these are some of our guys. Let's get these other ones right here. But they're gonna follow these dudes. These are gonna be the matadors that are gonna lead the bulls to where we need them. So when
Yeah.
they lead, when they follow these brave, tough guys that they're paying $12,500 a week to a certain area, then they're gonna take out the big number of these other knuckleheads out there.
Come,
You see,
come.
and
That's
that's how this is out there, man. Now, as the brother was saying, they have deployed thousands of Marines, and they're asking how is this going to affect the psychological and mental health of these Marines as they are turning on American civilians.
yep. Yep.
Because Marines go to different countries and to do and follow orders on foreign people or people not in America.
Yeah.
So they got to bust caps in people from their own states.
Mm-hmm.
That's that's that's
That's heavy.
heavy, man.
I got a preset for you too. And just to touch on that, Marines, once again, these are not your army, your regular army folk. These
Right.
are some of the top tier. They don't get deployed to fucking play around. Excuse my Swedish. These are cut from a different cloth. You know, there's a saying they say the army will take anybody.
Yeah, I remember hearing that, bro. And the Marines are the first to go and the last to know.
Hey, and they tell us when I was in the military, well, the Marines, man, they get deployed first. They're the ones that gets in 4-hour shootouts, 5-hour shootouts. Showed us a couple videos. And the reason I'm going over this is to let you know about how serious this is to deploy the actual Marines over there in LA. We saw videos of a sniper rifle hitting a Marine. Bah! His man just ran out there, tried to get him. He got hit. Bah! His man tried, because they got this no leave man behind type of thing. And he ran out there, tried to get him back. And the fourth one went out there, and then he got them all. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're on a different level. They don't go to play around. So when you see this, you go, wow, it seems like something else is being set in motion. You know what I'm saying? Like Trump wants to deploy the military all over so they can get forth their agenda. You know, let's not forget. So like, I think the brother dropped out. We'll keep going though. Hey, they have a new world order agenda. All right. New world order agenda, and that is to microchip the population. All right. And martial law will be established within, this time. Well, how do you establish martial law? Well, something has to happen. All right. And it could be triggered by race war. It could be triggered by terrorist attack. You know, we don't know exactly how it's going to be
It's a lot, bro. I got knocked off.
We don't know exactly how martial law is going to be implemented, but it could be by a terrorist attack. It can be by this, a race war. We learn in part, so we prophesy in part. But we're looking at this and we're going, whoa, man, this is something. 2 Corinthians 2:11, that we read, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And his devices is his plots. All right. We're looking at this and we're like, what are they trying to do? Alex Jones had blew the whistle that they've been trying to start a race war for a long time. Now, why would they be trying to start a race war? So they can bring order to the chaos. You see? Auto ab KO. order out of chaos. And this gives the president different power. All right. Let's say the cartel gets their way in here, which there's been reports that the cartel's already on American soil, taking over apartment complexes, so forth and so on. And let's say they actually bust shots at these Marines. Now it's a firefight going on. What do you think will happen? They can shut shit down. All right. Especially when it's happening in other states as well. They can shut shit down. And now it'll be easier to get off the New World Order agenda. Because now they can come in the name of national security and things like this. This is why they're doing certain things. If that makes sense, brother, you got it.
Yeah, a general, a full 4-star general, is pretty much right now in the news slamming Donald Trump. You know, the current commander in chief, for deploying hundreds of Marines to Los Angeles. Man, these Marines are set to, you know, follow their orders, and that's it. You know, they have no problem following orders, but that's going to be a whole nother level in the streets of city. And this is called MOUNT. It's an acronym which stands for Military Operations in Urban Terrain. And that's what they're going to be doing, man. This entails military duties, as well as specific emphasis on traffic, on people, civilians. Bruh, they're going in there with equipment that supersedes anything that your regular police department has, man. It's a different ball game now that the military is going to be in the streets. And in addition to that, you got the Craigslist ad on the badasses that they're recruiting for $6,000 to $12,000 a week for them to go out there, man. But you know, at the end of the day, all of these so-called tough guys and troops, bro, they're gonna yield when the Lord returns, bro. It don't matter if you a badass thug. It doesn't matter if you a damn military troop, bro. You're gonna be brought down. Now let me read this in Jeremiah, the 50th chapter and 13, just to back up that. I mean, this is something I believe, something that I've seen, and we're watching it unfold. But the scriptures talk about it too.
Yeah.
Jeremiah 50 and 30. Therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, said the Lord, man. So you getting paid your $12,000 a week to go out there and be part of a orchestrated protest.
Yeah.
You know, you're a badass, but you're getting paid to do it. But you won't join the military to really fight.
Right.
And then the military, they're tough. They're tough right here in Babylon. But the anger and the power of the Lord is going to be a whole different ball game, bruh. So at the end of the day, none of these so-called thugs or badasses or tough guys are serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, bruh. You're serving some sort of other power, some sort of other entity, whether it be you call it a god, whether you call it your boss man, whether you call it your damn manager. You're getting paid money that the Lord is going to make worthless to bring forth prophecy. As we read first, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord.
Yeah. Hey, man, the Lord got you in a trick bag.
Yeah, he got you in a trick bag, bro.
Them angels came and put that idea in Esau's head and got y'all doing whatever to bring forth prophecy. And, you know, I want to bring this precept out. Then I want to back you up in 2nd Ezra 13 about, you know, even how them tough, you know, military men are going to be afraid. That they will soar afraid when the Lord comes back. All right. This is when Yahushua is dispatched, when he's deployed, because it says Yahweh is a man of war, right? So Yahushua and the rest of the angels are going to get deployed. All right. To what? To invade Earth and to topple governments. And what Esau call it? A regime change.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, topple the government and then establish his government that will last forever. Right. This is Jeremiah 4:30, and this is to you northern tribes, because y'all came over here kissing Esau's ass, thinking that if you please him, then you will be all right. All right. So you had Issachar and the rest of the northern tribes coming over here. They got to Make America Great Again hats, Trump bumper stickers. They taking pictures with flags over them saying Latinos for Trump. And then guess what? Articles come out where Trump don't give a fuck. He's deporting those Latinos for Trump.
Hey,
So
Salakia, bro.
You got it, brother.
Don't forget they have a sale now. The Trump rifle, the Trump AR-15 is at a discount.
Oh man.
Yeah, bro. They got a Trump AR-15 they're selling.
Hey, I don't know what they're going to use that for. All right, because you got Esau out here on camera talking about talking that race war shit. All right, you got Esau on camera saying, "Hey, Jake, y'all can't fuck with us. You're outmanned, you're outgunned. We can shoot with precision. Y'all just squeeze a gun with an automatic and just and hit the child up the street that don't got a goddamn thing to do with it. Please, this is Esau begging, please don't get yourself hurt." Talking that race war shit. So I don't know what the Trump AR-15 is about, but well, I think we got a pretty good idea. But shit, that's heavy. That's heavy right there. That was some heavy news. All right. So northern tribes, you got to wake up, man, because you get your nigga wake up call right now. Used to turn your nose up at Jake. I'm at the Southern Kingdom. Teach your daughters not to fuck with us. Teach your sons to stay away from us. Act like you're white. You know what I mean? Try to kiss Esau ass. Latinos for Trump. Well, it's Jeremiah 4:30, and we read, "And when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? Though thy clotheth thyself with crimson, though thy decketh thee with ornaments of gold." It's like just imagine a woman getting dressed up and getting fresh, and she's putting gold on and silver on. She's doing what she do to try to please a man, right? "Though thou clothest thyself with crimson, though thou deckest thee with ornaments of gold, though thou rentest thy face with painting, in vain shalt thou make thyself fair." Hey, you're doing all of that in vain, trying to kiss his ass. We love Joe Biden, God bless America, all of this shit. These shirts that they was at the border with, coming over here and all of that. Hey, you're doing it in vain. Before I finish this precept, I talked to an ICE agent on the plantation, or an ex-ICE agent. And I'm going to tell you something. These devils don't like you. They don't give a fuck about you. Hey, he said there was one up north, a man from Venezuela. He said he owned 3 gas stations. This was a businessman. He didn't hurt nobody. He never done anything to anybody. He said they ran down on him still. And he was smirking like he was saying a punchline to a joke. He was like, we sent him back over there to Venezuela. He don't know nobody up there. And I'm looking at him like, wow, he enjoyed that shit. You know what I'm saying? So right, they don't give a fuck. You a criminal that you got a few days left on your, to become a citizen, whatever. That's why the scripture says, "In vain shalt thou make thyself fair." Right? "Thy lovers will despise thee. They will seek thy life." Right? They hate you, and they're seeking your life right now. They done deployed the goddamn Marines on you. All right? Now, I'm going to keep emphasizing that the Marines are different. They're going to follow orders, and they're rough as hell. They are not your National Guard. They are not your regular army. This is a cut above. Let a cartel member bust a shot while the Marines is down there. See if shit don't get wet. All right. You had something, brother?
Come on, bro.
Can I bring this up for you?
Go ahead.
2nd Ezra 13, because the brother brought up a point that, hey, even these strong men, You know, I don't give a fuck
Yep.
your name ring bells out here, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, and I don't give a fuck if you know your way around an AR-15 and M16. You know your way around that, and you can, you know what I mean? So this is to all. You know, when the Lord come back, everything is going to be shook. Everything is going to be afraid. Every person is going to be afraid. This is why the elect have the Lord has give us the spirit to fear these things to come, so that we might get right, so we don't have to partake in this shit that's about to pop off. All right, because contrary to popular belief, America's not going to be around forever. It's about to get busy out here. And then the end will be thermonuclear destruction. And the Lord is going to bring back everybody. I'm talking about George Washington, Abraham Lincoln. He's going to bring all of them back, even the spirits that's in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
That they chilling. Elder Malak Zakba got into it. Y'all chilling right now. You know, your spirit's at rest, but you will be brought back and manifested on the earth again, so you can catch that nuke. Yeah. And it was brought out that what? That the Lord is going to leave your spirit there. You're talking about 200+ million degree heat, and he's going to leave you there. You're going to remember this pain in the kingdom, goddammit. So, hey, look, the Lord has put the spirit on his elect to come out here and do what we have to do, because we don't want to partake in this, man. All right? May the Lord have mercy on us, man. 2 Ezra 13, and let's start at 9. Start at 8. And we read, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet there's fight, because you have something called following orders. And plus, they might give the MOTB and the brain to these military troops. So at that point, you know, they could control your emotions too. So you could be afraid, have your natural feeling, but they're going to still fight. But the point to bring this up is what? They were sore afraid. When they saw the chariots, the Lord's chariot come, looked like he ripped the mountain out and flew upon that. And then the thousands of heaven with him. All right? They were scared. This isn't a normal force that they were fighting. So all you Debo niggas, you motherfuckers think you tough, your name ring bells out here in the street, that's not going to matter at all, man, in these upcoming days, man. All right. Just to continue just a little bit more. And lo, as I saw the violence, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, right? Lord sitting there looking at the violence, because they might start busting at them. They might follow them orders. They might say fire, and all you hear is boom, 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 the missiles shooting at the chariots and all that, right? He neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, and not his actual mouth, talking about the bottom of the chariots, that mouth of the chariot, right? As he had Slakia. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been, a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempest. This is the Lord shooting a laser beam on this innumerable multitude that came to subdue him. All right?
Yep.
And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and a great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and the smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. You see? So hey, no matter if you tough or whatever, this is the ending. All right, for all you Jake in the military, all of that. And the Lord gonna shoot laser beams here in Babylon too. All right. So hey, it'll behoove you to kiss the Son, lest he be angry. You perish by the way, when this wrath is kindled but a little. All right, that's all I have for a second, bro.
And you know, we have brothers in the truth that served in Esau's military. At one point, we did something we thought was bigger than us. You know,
Mm.
and the military is now making it attractive for new members, and they can't even recruit anybody now because many are uneligible, man, due to obesity, uh, mental health, and this is not counting the legal ramifications that they're in Babylon. So they are falling short with recruitment, and then
Yeah.
the ones that do go in are going in for the college tuition.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
There's nothing
Free.
wrong with that. All right, whatever you want to get, level up or whatever, but they're going in for the benefits. They're going in for damn sex change operations. This is the difference. And now at the end of the day, the men of the Lord now that did serve in Esau's army, where did this lead them? It led them to serving the Lord. And these other people, they're just going back out there in the world, man, thinking they're tough guys, with the benefits and things of that nature. And not only are the officers that are at ground zero, like the police departments and your rioters, they're going to catch hell. And then the military guys that are in Esau's military, hey, they're going to catch hell too. At the end of the day, they're going to yield, they're going to fold to the power of the Lord. Let's read that.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremiah 51 and 30. The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. That means that damn don't want to fight. They no longer want to fight. They have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holes. That means they're fucking in the house. They're in the barracks. They don't want to come out. They remain in their holes, where their holding place, their dwelling place. Their might hath failed. They became as women.
Damn.
Yeah, they really punks.
Mm.
They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken. Now, when we jump down to verse 32, like the brother was saying, these men that are tough, they're shooting sideways, they spraying and praying. They have
Yeah.
no primary skills of marksmanship. They don't even know the nomenclature of these weapons. They don't know how to break them down. They don't know how to clean them. They just think you put a bullet in there and wherever they don't even look at the target. I mean, they don't even look at the sights on the weapon. They look at the target. That's why they keep missing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't look at the target, bro. You're supposed to look at the sights. This
Mm-hmm.
is the primary skills of marksmanship. Verse 32, and that the passages are stopped, and the reeds they have burned with fire, and the men of war are affrighted.
Damn.
Babylon is going to be like a damn like wheat on fire. On the floor, you just wheat's from the tares, but being trampled. And the harvest is going to begin. And this is what it tells us in the book of Matthew, the 13th chapter, bruh. The end is the harvest. So the harvest is going to begin right here, which is the end, pursuant to Matthew 12, 13. Harvest is the end of the world, bruh. It's the end of this age.
Hey, Shalaki, brother, I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick.
Go ahead, bro.
All right.
And these mugs, these so-called tough guys and so-called, or not so-called, but military guys, man, they're gonna be busy, worried, or concerned, which is interchangeable. You can be concerned, you can be worried, whichever word you want to use. They're gonna be concerned about their families, man. They're gonna be out there, in the riots and the protests and the civil unrest, fighting for the government while their wives and children are at home afraid. They can't call 911. 911 is going to be shut off. 911 is going to be busy getting their asses whooped.
God.
And these people are going to be worried about their families. This is the price you pay for serving leaders that have caused you to err, man. When the leader that you need to be serving is the Lord, who can bring you out of all this. you're serving a leader that's going down.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you go down, your leader's going to go down. And then the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is going to make the kingdoms of this world the kingdom of heaven, bruh. And he's going to reign forever. That leader that you're not serving on this side.
I want to say this. I'm going to bring up 2 Timothy 2 and 3 because we was talking a lot about soldiers, but we are soldiers on the right-hand side.
Right, right.
All right. So it says, though therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. We are soldiers of the Lord. All right. So we're going to catch hell. You know what I'm saying? But we have to keep enduring. It says, and he that endures unto the end shall be saved. So no matter what we see popping off, you know, this PSYOP going over here in LA, you've seen how it's spread into the NYC. So they might deploy troops up there too. We're seeing wars and rumors of wars. We're seeing things jump off between Russia and Ukraine. Ukraine is an American proxy group, basically. And they're giving them abilities to strike Russia. And Russia is now getting into that spirit, which has been in that spirit to just hate America. Like, don't even want to do business with America no more. We see China going in trade wars. We see Iran and Israel beefing. And not just that, they might strike today or tomorrow. They have given the warning, the official warning, that they are going to strike Iran. We're hearing that Al-Qaeda, the terrorist group, they are the supreme leader of the Al-Qaeda. I thought the motherfuckers was gone already, but they ain't. And they actually have people stationed here in the United States. And they have given that word because when he says to all my Muslims over there in the United States, wage a jihad.
Right.
Over there, you got to get why he's saying that. He's not just talking to just regular fucking working men and Muslims that got families and shit like that. Nah, he's talking to the people he knows is over there. And to assassinate Donald Trump, JD Vance, and Elon Musk.
Yep.
So we have all of this popping off because with this, because Esau wants it to a point to where he's going to try to lump all of us into this group of just being terrorists or whatever. All right. The persecution to us Israelites is going to happen very soon, man. So when all of this is going on, hey, the Lord says what? Endure hardness as a good soldier. What does hardness even mean? Let's get it. Endure hardness. I have it here in the blue letter because we're enduring hardness right now too, but it's going to reach a climax when Jacob's trouble pops off. The word is kakoatheo. And it says, undergo hardship, be afflicted, endure, and afflicted, suffer trouble, like Jacob's trouble too. To suffer, endure evils, hardship, troubles, to be afflicted. All right. So we have to endure hardness as a good soldier. Let's get the word for soldier. All right. A warrior, soldier, a camper out. You see? A common soldier, a champion of the cause of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. All right? So we have to endure over here as soldiers on the right-hand side. And the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. You see? So we ain't going to be picking up guns or whatever like that. All right? And putting, full battle rattle on is what they, call it, your vest, your Kevlar helmet, your knee pads, your elbow pads and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We got the armor of Yahweh Shem Shai on. All right. So we are right-handed soldiers for Yahweh Shem Shai. Don't be one of these left-handed ones. All right. Going out there and fighting Esau's fight. Going out there joining the badass group that's getting paid, going over there. Because there was reports about that already, brother. They come with a mask on, and there's these masks that just like it show like this much of your face, and they got like your shit covered up, and they go out there with full battle rat on, start laying shit down, man. Don't be a soldier for Esau, be a soldier for Yahweh Shah, and then keep enduring. Because in these last times, if I may, in these last days, hey, we catching hell even more and more and more. It might be physically with your body. It might be, your car, your job fucking up. And it also might be a spiritual attack, like a mental attack on you. But you got to keep enduring. You got to keep going, man. Prove yourself a soldier. And don't go AWOL on your Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. If that makes sense. It was just a little rant. You got it, bro.
And that's another thing on that guy, Al, whatever his name was, that Muslim guy.
Oh,
You
yeah. Awaki. What the fuck his
yeah,
name?
yeah, him speaking. Now, I'm just saying that could definitely be a computer-generated AI person. They can make the mouth move and put the subtitles
Ooh.
down there, and I mean, it could be real, could be fake, but this is the foolishness. This is the deception of Esau, man. They could have him posted like that, saying whatever they need to say, just to make it look like, hey, we got a real enemy,
Yeah.
and to also group everyone that's coming against the government in any kind of way,
Yup.
all terrorists, like you said, and that includes the servants of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, which we know America and anybody that claims to be under Jesus Christ and God, or the red, white, and blue, that they're going to be against that. So that's another angle to look at that, bro. Let me
Hey.
get and let me back that up with Jeremiah the 28th chapter and 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and evil and of pestilence. So he's asking all of the Muslims here in America to wage jihad.
Man.
And he also said the words revenge, revenge. He
Man.
also said on the arrogant Americans. Now we know that Esau's got some serious pride, man. We know he has a God complex. So this is what the servants of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai speak about through the scriptures. We see that he boasts of his pride, man, and he says he'll never be in adversity. He will never be moved. It tells us that in the book of Psalms, the 10th chapter. This is that pride. So this is the same thing your boy Al Qaeda, whatever his name is speaking about, bro. So everybody's going to be grouped about. I mean, these are terrorists, man. These are people that are against the government.
Yeah.
So we want all them grouped together. All them some bitches need to go.
You know what's going to make it easier too? When you have like groups like IUIC that's under a Muslim
Yeah,
mosque,
yeah,
and they have posts out there with them holding hands with
yeah,
Islam, saying Hebrew and Islam together. And then
yep,
you click over to Sakari and they outside armed to the fucking teeth. They got
yeah,
pistols on them. They got AR-15s. They got body armor.
yeah,
They really, and then you got Deacon Hakah going to his man saying he got hella guns. It then showing a souped up AR. I don't know if it was AR. I'm not too familiar with these weapons, but it looked like an AR and it had double barrels on it. Like, why the fuck are you showing that when you know you got vocab Heyman cologne out this motherfucker trying to persecute us, talking about something? Look at this, the titties hanging out. Look at this, got the nuts hanging out on them. Saying that Yahweh Shai was a black identity extremist.
yeah, yeah.
So it's not far-fetched to say if things pop off, they will just lump us all together. Trump will implement the Insurrection Act, which somebody might say in defense of the Insurrection Act, well, it does not stop peaceful protest. Well, here's the thing. Who deems what's a peaceful protest and what's not? So when shots go off, they can say, hey, anybody on the terrorist watch list is not deemed a peaceful protester. Right? And they already got every Hebrew Israelite on that list. You see?
Mm-hmm.
So you look at this, man. Shit, we are close to Jacob, man. We are close. We don't know exactly how it's going to pop, man, but we see the stage being primed like never before. It's like your brother got it.
Yeah, let me go into the definition of the Insurrection Act. And, that act was back in 1807, 1807. It's a U.S. federal law that empowers, the president to nationally deploy the U.S. military and to federalize National Guard units of individual states, superseding the governor in specific circumstances. And we seeing that right now,
Yep.
such as suppression of civil disorder. You see the riots happening right now, bruh.
Yep.
You got the immigrant situation. You got that's basically the biggest part of it. They
Yeah.
let millions of so-called immigrants in, and probably thousands of them are people who they know are going to be insurgents. All
Hey,
right.
brother. Well, this video out there, Slacky, I say this video out there with many so-called Chinese Moab standing in parade dress with rucksacks
Mm-hmm.
on.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the video of the Iranian dude when Esau was getting on him saying, you just want to come here and feed off the system. You just want to get food stamps. That motherfucker looked at Esau and said, I'm not one of those people. Trust me, you're going to know my name very soon.
See there?
What the hell?
A civil disorder of insurrection and of armed rebellion against the federal government of U.S. And this act also provides a statutory exemption to that other act you were talking about, the Passe.
Common
How do you
title.
pronounce that? Yeah, Comitatus Act of 1878. That limits the president deploying of the U.S. military to enforce either civil law or criminal law within the United States. But all this stuff is going out the window, man.
Yeah.
This is wartime to them. So they have to make whatever they need to make happen happen.
They said that. They said it plenty of times. They said, do not get it twisted in so many words. They said, do not get it twisted. We are at war at
Right.
the border.
Right.
And that went over a lot of people's heads. But when Esau
Yep.
says something is war, okay,
Right.
he's tapping into that spirit he got. You know what I'm saying? He gonna pull out that ancient sword, that manifest destiny sword, and really start cutting shit up. He gonna let his horns out, and we see it happening right now. And I'm glad Issachar and all of them getting a nigga wake up call.
Yeah, Issachar, man. Sure, they're Israelites, but they don't realize it, and they weren't per se on the cargo, the chattel slave ships like that. Yeah, they got messed up too,
Right.
but what's that, bro?
Assyrian captivity.
Yeah, and even though the head tribe, the so-called Negroes, Judah, this is how Esau works, man. Esau is like, okay, you niggas, we brought you over here, we claimed you. You are ours. So we gave you all this stuff right here, man. So what you complaining about? See, the thing about it is Yahweh Shah Mashiach, who sprang from the tribe of Judah, he was so great and awesome. They knew he was the one. Said, bro, we got to get rid of this dude and make ourselves him, and then destroy his people and claim him. And we're going to bring them in and give them housing. We're going to give them lodging. We're going to give them 3 hots and a cot. And then these other motherfuckers from the other tribes, all right, we're gonna make it look right. So we're gonna give them some business loans. We're gonna give them some grants. They
Yeah.
can open up a taco restaurant in the country in Mississippi. You riding down in a county in Mississippi, bruh, and you see a Mexican restaurant out there.
That's right there up the street.
Exactly. That's this, and so Issachar think, okay, well, shit. I mean, Deuteronomy 28 and 37. You know, it's an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword. I mean, niggas are known everywhere, and Issachar is taught to hate Nick.
Yeah.
Issachar can come over here and do a little masonry work, stack some bricks, and get with a 300-pound white girl. Now she knows her role. She'll cook for him and she'll give him some box.
Yeah.
All Issachar got to do is bring home some money. Now
Uh-huh.
Eve, the so-called nigger woman, she on the feminism thing. She
Mhm.
ain't trying to hear that. All she wanted some rods. She don't need the money. So Jake gonna be in there playing video games while Issachar bringing home the money, and Esau, the Sheetamite, the 300-pound Sheetamite, gonna be cooking and cleaning and giving him some box.
Got us all
So
destroyed.
right, so Issachar, hey, he don't like the nigga, but he realizing that he's a part of that nation not desired. Right now, he's realizing that right now.
That nigga wake up call. And you know
Yep.
who else too? Gad too.
Yeah, exactly. He's on the reservation. He think you got it bad too, bruh. Just like that movie I saw back in the 90s with Forrest Whitaker called Ghost Dog. They were trying to kill Forrest Whitaker. They said it was a big black guy, and the mob shot a damn big ass Indian dude with a ponytail on the roof. And they said, oh man, we shot the wrong guy. Then they said, well, niggers, Indians, same thing.
Hey, they
They
right
said that in the movie, bruh.
Let they tongue fall upon themselves. Shit. When we
Right,
say
that's what I'm saying.
You said it. Hey, this is video. This little clip of Gad kicking up.
Yeah.
Gad actually out there. He get his nigga wake up call, and you got the warriors of Gad coming out, and they protesting in the streets as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, Esau pride, you know, he like, yo, he tell Gad, nigga, you lost the war.
Right.
That's how Esau look at it. He look at it, well, like he didn't steal nobody land. He look at it like, nigga, you lost the war. Mm-hmm. And if I can find it really quick, here we go. Just want to play this real quick of Gad tripping in the and just so you can see it, just so you know, you don't think it's just us talking. You know, Satan. Bear with me, brothers. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. Here we go. You can see that. This is what you brought, true American. One more time.
In Vietnam. Why they keep trying? In Vietnam.
Hold on, it's messing up. It was messing up.
You know, all gotta be Esau doing some shit. Why is doing that?
One more time.
Salakia. This is what you brought.
This is what you brought. True American. They riding down the street on horses with war paint on. Doing they war calls. Talking about, hey, this is what you brought. True American. Hey, you got even Gad kicking up. His spirit is getting riled up, man, against Esau. And this is why you have Esau talking about what? Hey, I don't want to start a race war. But does not the scripture says this real quick? And you see, we ain't about to be a part of no race war. Us that the spirit is on, man. The elect, the hopeful elect, we ain't about to be on that shit. But this is Zechariah 9 and 13, and we read, when I have bent Judah for me, filled the bow with Ephraim, talking about the northern tribe and the southern tribe coming together, and raise up thy sons, O Zion, you Israelites, against thy sons, O Greece. You Edomites. And made thee as a sword of a mighty man. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We seeing Gad kick up.
Yep.
We seeing Issachar kick up. We're seeing all of these black and brown pride things coming out.
Yep.
And then because Ephraim, Issachar, and all of them, a lot of them still, turn their nose up at us, but they're getting a nigga wake up call right now. All right, they're seeing that who they made themselves fair to. They dressed with crimson, decked themselves with ornaments of gold. Rentest thy face with paintings, but they have made themselves fair in vain. Your lovers will seek thy life, and your lovers despise thee. You're supposed to be chasing after Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, not Esau and Jesus Christo.
Yep.
And now look, hey, it's your own doing.
Yep.
It's your own doing. And hey, and to be real with you, hey, we sitting there, we like the fact that the Lord got a whipping your ass like this, showing you what's what. Now it was videos like you saying what? Hey, do y'all not have any compassion? You saw that video? You got Issachar on there saying that we don't got no compassion. Now she didn't even say just the so-called white man. She threw so-called black people in there too. That envy again too, that hate towards us again. Like this, last time I checked, that's Esau over there on the border, running down on the Home Depot and shit like that, running down in schools. Took the 14-year-old, for school. Motherfucker went and checked his status, his immigration status, to do shit the right way. Been doing shit the right way, the so-called right way, and they snatched his ass up too. How the hell that got to do with us? You getting your nigga wake up call, and you know what? We looking, and we don't look. Hey man, kind of glad that it's happening. All right. You got something, brother?
Yeah, that's it, man. This is all prophecy, bro. You're either on board with the Lord or you're mad about it. Ain't nothing to get mad about, bro. Whatever the Lord hates, I hate. Whatever the Lord, is on board with, I'm on board with, brother. And it doesn't have anything to do with my feelings, man.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, this is what's going on, bro. You pissed off because your vote didn't count, or you pissed off because you getting this done by bro. Look, this is the devil, bro, in the flesh. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, bro. So
Right.
You need to get your damn spirit right and depart.
Right.
Spiritually, you need to depart, bro, because it's pretty much over, man. Get your daily bread, serve the Lord, bro, and keep it moving, man. That's about it.
That's right.
That's all I had, bro.
You say Esau, he not even going. Esau's not going off because he's
not going off.
Yeah, he's doing exactly what he was made to do. All right,
bro. Bro, when that elephant went off in the zoo or in the circus, he wasn't going off.
No,
an elephant is not supposed to be wearing a hat. He's not supposed to be bouncing a ball on his nose, man.
Right.
He's not supposed to be standing up on two legs doing tricks.
Yeah.
He didn't go off, bro. You making him go off by making him do those things. So when he snaps back to what you took him out of, you damn bust a cap on him. The elephant's not going off, man. You stole him. You captured him. You put him under oppressive events, whipped his ass, gave him peanuts to do tricks on a camera wearing a hat. He'd never wear a hat out there in the damn jungle. He ain't supposed to be on camera looking at the camera and taking pictures.
Yeah. And see, they're seeing Esau turn up into his unpacified state because Esau took over everything.
Yeah.
And it's like a bear that's fed. If a bear break into your backyard, what are you supposed to do? You ain't supposed to go out there and fight it. You're supposed to go in your freezer and throw shit out there to pacify him.
Yeah.
You know, and I say that to say Esau has been pacified. He took over America. He's living high on the hog. But now it's like he's tapping in back into that ancient sword, that you know, that his blessing, because he feels as though, hey, y'all coming over here and fucking shit up, and you taking certain things from him, so forth and so on. He's not going off. He's doing exactly what he's to do. He's a vagabond. He has no problem going in your house, taking your house, putting your ass in the basement, and when you want to come upstairs, snap out and tell you that it's shit his house and how he got to take his house back. This is the mentality of him. All right, you going off not noticing your enemy, trying to kiss up to your enemy, going against the scriptures. Trust not thy enemy, man. A leper can't change his spots. All right, and this is why, hey, shit is popping the way it's popping, man. All right, we went off. Right? Hey, and touching on that Insurrection Act. Hey, I have it right here. It says, what does invoking the Insurrection Act allow the president and military to do? Under normal circumstances, the Posse Comitatus Act forbids the U.S. military, including federal armed forces and National Guard troops, I believe you went over this, have been called into federal service. See that? From taking part in civilian law enforcement. This prohibition reflects an American tradition that views military interference in civilian government as being inherently dangerous to liberty. But here's the thing, that Posse Comitatus is wiped out now because they are saying that we are at war at the border. So this now gives Trump, which Ben said that he was going to do it, gives him the ability to say, look, I know what the law says, the Posse Comitatus Act, that we can't deploy troops on U.S. soil, but we are at war at the border. All right. Biden, when he was in office, he left the border wide open. And you heard it on the news, Fox News, CNN. We don't know who is in America. Right? We don't know who's in America. So this now gives him the ability to do what? Deploy troops all around America. All right. And impose the Insurrection Act. Invoking the Insurrection Act temporarily suspends the Posse Comitatus rule and allows the president to deploy the military to assist civilian authorities with law enforcement. So are we under that right now? Are we under an Insurrection Act? Think about that, because the military has been deployed to LA and they're assisting law enforcement down there. Think about that. All right. That might involve soldiers doing anything from enforcing federal court orders to suppressing an uprising against the government. Of course, not every domestic use of the military involves law enforcement activities. Other laws, such as Stanford Act, allows the military to be used to respond to natural disasters, public health crisis, and other similar events without waiving the restrictions of the Posse Comitatus Act. But you see, he has certain powers with this, you know. So they also will get into when it comes down to protesting. If you're a peaceful protest, then they can't suppress you. Like the military can't come and take you off the highways and byways. But who's the dean? Who's the one saying what's peaceful and what's not? Right? Especially when you have already labeled brothers on, you got us on a terrorist list. Right? No, we don't do nothing. All right. So before you know it, they can lump everybody up with this whole protest right now. Everybody can be lumped up the same way, and they can come after us, man. That's all I had, brother.
And the only thing we can do as servants of the Lord, man, is to comply, man. You know, as the scriptures tells us, agree with our adversary when you're in the way with him. You know, then there's not going to be any due process out there if they come out there with the ARs, bro. The military pass by brothers at camp. Oh, you know, whatever. I'm just saying a scenario. You're not
You're
going to
right.
be able to stand out there and stand some ground and get
Right,
caught
right.
and
Hey, what's my
you know,
right?
it's over, man.
Yeah, I
It's
got the
over,
right.
bro.
First Amendment.
Right, right. That's what I'm saying. You're not going to, bro. All that stuff's done, man. So you know they're setting it up just as they believe they're setting it up, but it's of the Lord, bruh. And that's the beauty of knowing this truth and having the scriptures, bruh. We are governed by that. We get our rules and our orders from the Lord. So if Esau coming in like that, bruh, hey, all right, okay.
Hey, yeah, you got it.
We gonna pack it up, bruh. We ain't about to get. I mean, if you shoot us, whatever, that's of the Lord anyway. But we're not gonna stand out there and fight you, bro, on some carnal shit.
Nope.
We doing what we're supposed to do. So if you want to lump us together, bruh, and hey, so be it, man. I mean, we're not scared like that.
Mm-hmm.
We only fear the Lord, bruh, and move in the spirit of what He tells us to do. And anything that happens to us, bruh, is by way of the Lord anyway. Don't pat yourself on the back.
That's right. That's right, brother.
That's all I had, bro.
That's all I had as well.
All right, brother. Hey, with that, hey, Lord willing, this camp, this live stream has been edifying, man. We are in some serious times, man. And you Israelites out there, bruh, hey, the scriptures tells us, you know, his ways are plain into the godly and stumbling blocks into the wicked. You know, you need to repent and you need to, you know, try to straighten your trash out. Other than that, man, the lot is cast into the lap. Hey, with that, gonna give infinite honor and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS. Truth, peace, blessings, salutations to the hopefully elect. Hey, with that, hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
Abad the Ball,
Abba Paul.
Kwam Yashala,
Kwam
and
Yasharala.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.